run through the Marketing Center in InTouch. Just a reminder to everyone, if you can, please mute yourself so we don't get that fun feedback that we're all very acquainted with. And if you do have a question, I really do encourage my agents or any of you to please unmute yourselves as we go along. You can obviously use the chat as well if you have questions. If you need me to rerun through something, today's class is going to be primarily a demo. So I feel like most of the time we just need to be shown how to do it and not a ton of slides, but I do have a couple of slides here for you to reference, perhaps afterwards if you need some additional coaching after the class. This class is being recorded, so if for some reason you need to hop off, feel free to do so. As long as you joined me today as not a guest, but as an actual attendee with your name showing there in the chat, then I will include you in the recap of today's class. If you are joining though via a mobile device or and you're not using the app, please do put your name into the chat so that I can make sure to include you in the recap of the class. Okay, so moving right along. Today's agenda, we're going to talk about the Marketing Center for InTouch, of course. We're going to go into the print materials that are available for you there, how to personalize those, customize those, how to search for stuff. Email and video marketing, same thing. We're going to touch base on the different marketing emails that you can put together, the video that you can add into them. Drip campaigns, we're going to talk about the existing templates that are there, some of the most popular ones that a lot of agents sign their spheres up for. We're also going to touch base on how to create a custom template or a custom campaign for yourself. And then really fun, we're going to check out some analytics and then just as a recap or a refresher, because we went over it in the first class, the 101. But we're just going to jump in real quick and remind everybody how you can create a listing alert. Now, here's some helpful links for the print materials, how to create the postcards, how to create the flyers. Same thing for the emails. I put in here how to create your email, marketing email, and then also how to create the drip campaign. So you can come back to reference these once you receive the recap emails. So let me go ahead and X out of here. And let's pop into InTouch. Okay, so we're looking at the dashboard from InTouch. You can access InTouch via the desk. If you've hopefully been with me during the 101, 102, and 103 classes, you're very familiar and hopefully have had an opportunity to check out InTouch. Today's class, we're going to focus on the Marketing Center. So we're going to pop right in and get started. So, from the Marketing Center, you've got a couple of options here. We've got, of course, the campaign templates, the email and video marketing, and the print marketing. Today, we're going to start with the print marketing. So we're just going to click into print marketing. Now, by default, it's going to show you all of the trending postcards. So that's what it goes to just right off the bat. But you can switch this. So if you're looking for something, you can switch from A to Z or Z to A if you're looking for something specifically titled. If you want to switch over to flyers and you're not really creating a postcard, you can do so here. You can use keywords to search for whatever it is that you're looking for. So if you're looking for the reality check, you can find that here. If you're looking for real vitalized materials, you can pop that in as a keyword here. And then there are some collections available for you. So I do want to just bring up the fact that I'm actually in as one of my managers, so that you're going to see a few more sections, or I guess collections in her account here, but you should have quite a few of your own if you're playing with this as you're following along. So you can click into any of these. If you're looking for something global luxury, you can click into global luxury. If you're looking for property marketing, you can click into property marketing. Now, the other really great feature, so if you're trying to create a flyer, say you're hosting an open house for another agent this weekend, or say you had a listing but you didn't place it with Listing Concierge, so you don't have a flyer already made, you can, once that listing is on the MLS and live, you can actually just choose either a flyer or the postcard. This works for all three, email, postcard, and flyer, and go to this listing enabled option. And that allows you to create a flyer and it'll pull the information for that particular listing from the MLS. So just as an example, let's go in. We're not going to do this when it's got co-branding on there. So let's just pop into property flyer with 14 photo. Now, because this is listing enabled, you'll have this option to choose the listing. You can either use the MLS number or you can just type in the street address. So as you type in the street address, you'll see it populate there. You can pop in and hit personalize. Okay, so you can see it's already pulling the photos from the MLS for me. Now, you want to be careful with this, especially if you're creating a flyer for, say, someone else's listing, because you don't know, it's going to populate in the order that they've put it into the MLS. So say you wanted to really show off the pool, but the pool is one of the last photos, you're going to need to swap these out. To do that, you just need to highlight the picture and then click on replace. And here at the top, you'll have My Images, Stock, and MLS Images. This is where you can go to the MLS Images, and it's going to pull all the images that are available for that listing on the MLS. So say we wanted to feature this really great view as our first photo. We can pop that in there and then kind of do our walk through the property and the others. The other thing you want to keep a really good eye on is a lot of the times the space you have here for the copy will maybe overflow into some of the other features on the flyer. So you can pop in, you can change this, you can remove some of it, you can temporarily move it so you can access the other one and kind of rearrange where that maybe is sitting at. So if we pulled that down, we got enough space now for all the copy. And then, of course, just double check all of the information that is coming through. Pop in your headline. You can pop in a website if you'd like to. In addition to this, some customizations that you can make, and this goes for postcards and for the flyers. So you can add in your own image. You can change the size of that image. You can upload your own images here. So if you wanted to upload your own, upload image here, and you can populate that there. If you've kind of, messed up or you don't want that photo to be there, you can just hit delete and it'll remove that from it. Now, the other thing is when you have the front and back, so we have a 14 photo flyer here, you're going to see flyer front and all of the different placeholders within that. I'm just going to real quickly mute everybody because I'm getting some feedback. Give me just a second. Okay, that's better. Okay. So if you wanted to swap to the back side of this flyer, you just need to toggle to the arrow here. And again, same kind of process. So you just click the replace here that's available for you, head over to MLS Images, and then choose your image that you'd like for that placeholder. If for some reason, say you didn't want to have 14 photos or there weren't 14 photos, you could do 12 photos or 8 photos and just remove these. So you don't have to stick with the pre-populating template. Maybe you wanted to add something to the back like a QR code or some information, additional information about you. You can add all of that here by adding a text box, and you can change your font if you'd like to. So we got this text box here. You can change your font. There's a few options for you here, and they've actually just recently added a lot of different fonts for you because it used to be just like 4 or 5 different options to choose from. You got your font sizes, of course, and then if you wanted to make it bold or metallic, you have that available too. So once you've done personalizing, what you want to do is hit save, give it a name. And we're just gonna go with test today. Hit save. And then, let's give test 2. Obviously, I've used that name before. And that one. Let's do test 100 and see if that works. All right. We got the green light. We're going to exit out now, and we can download a PDF, take it to the office, print it out on some nice paper, and you've got yourself a flyer, or you can send it to your self-support administrator, and I'm sure they'd love to print that for you and have it ready for you when you want to pick it up. So really easy to create flyers for any listings that are on the MLS with that listing enabled option. That's going to be the same for our postcards as well. I'm not sure how many templates we have for listing enabled, but we can pull that up for our postcards. So we've got quite a few in here that you can choose from. A lot of the old classic look that we had a couple years back. This is more of the updated look that we have. And same process with this, you can swap out the front of house photo. You can toggle to the back side to change any of the copy that you want. But makes it pretty easy I don't want to say easy, simplified would be a better description when you use the listing enabled. Now that same feature is also available for email and video. So you just want to toggle over to email and video. Same thing, all of these different templates are available for you. So if you wanted to make a quick shout out, you're hosting something open this weekend, say you want to invite your sphere or your farm, you can pop in here, make a nice little email and send it out to them. Now, the one great feature about the emails is you can actually add in a video. So if you want to add in a video, so you can choose any of the different templates here. Again, we'll just pop in and say, grab one of the listings for the office, hit personalize. All right, so we've got our listing coming in here. Say we want to swap out that picture, same process as we're going to. So we just highlight it here, hit MLS, and we've got our photos. So maybe we want to go with that really nice kitchen photo. It's going to bring, so see, we don't have the copy here for this particular listing. So this is where we'd have to hit the MLS up and grab that copy or create our own. If we want to add in a video, we just want to find a free spot there to put our cursor, head up to the top, and you'll see a couple things here. So you'll see that image, video, and if you want to insert an article, that's also available. I believe this is a addition to with a pro account though, so that might be not populating for most of you with the basic InTouch account. But for the video, it's super simple. Just click the video, open up that, and then you want to pop in a URL here. It'll pull in the thumbnail for it, so you'll have an image, and then it'll link it to that URL. One thing I've noticed a bit is you do need to resize this, and sometimes it doesn't stay large. So resize it, and then the best thing here is just hop up to preview. And before you email it out to anybody, send yourself a test email and just make sure that that image is coming through, or the video is coming through full size, or the size that you'd like it for your email. So you can see here's a preview of it here, and then you just pop your email address in. Oops, still using my old last name. And okay, and hit send. It'll send you a copy real quick. And then once you get that, the nice thing about this preview feature too, I will say, is you can not only look at what it's going to look like if someone opens it up on their computer, but if they open it up on their phone, you can, this is what it would look like in the landscape mode, of course, but portrait's what we're usually reading our emails at. And here's a view of what that email is going to look like when they're reading it on their phone. All right, so I'm going to pause for a moment, just check the chat, see if we have any questions when it comes to like the listing enabled emails, print that we have available for you. Okay, good stuff. I like it. Same process here. You'd want to save it, give it its own name. So we're just going to say, we'll say Britt's email. And hit save. Once you're done personalizing, you like the preview that you saw in your inbox, then save it, exit out. And here's where you can go to compose email. So you just hit that compose email. You're going to want to click the 2 here and add your contacts either individually, or if you have them grouped, you can easily add the group. And you can remove those and then save changes. You do want to update the Subject line, maybe throw your name in there, or open house this weekend, you're invited. If you want to feature some showcase properties, so any of those featured properties you have on your website will be included on this email to whoever you send it to. And then if you have something you want to attach, so if you have a document that you'd like to attach to the email, you can do so. Now here's the fun thing. So if you're creating an invite maybe for your sphere, but you want the invite for the open house to go out on Friday, you don't want it to go out today, you can schedule this email out. So you just hit the schedule and hopefully it'll pop up. Oh, I got to put a contact name in there. Bear with me, everybody. So we'll have this and save changes and schedule. And it opens up very similar to what we're used to when we when we're scheduling posts for social media or things like that. So you just choose your date and time that you'd like to, hit schedule, and then it will be available for you in your drafts up until the point of when you wanted to send it out. So say we wanted to send this out the 12th at 10 a.m. Let's schedule that. Okay, so where does it go from here? It's kind of like, all right, well, I've got this saved. What if I need to make edits? What if I want to cancel it? That house is already off the market and I'm not going to be hosting it open. What you need to do is pop into your messages center. And here in drafts is where that's going to sit until it sends out. Now, it might not be in here right now because I just barely scheduled it, but you will see the drafts in here and you can make edits here or you can delete them from here. So that's where those go when you've got them scheduled out. Just in case you need to make a change to them, that's the course that you'd want to take. Now, while we're here, I want to pop in and show you how you can check out the analytics of anything you have sent. So say this isn't your first time, or say you have sent off 1 or 2 emails in the past and you want to be able to see what your open rate was on those and see if you had anybody click through to see your website. So we're going to pop in over here and you can see there's only one recipient receiving these emails currently, but say we go down here to the holiday girl in snow. We can pop into the stats. This was sent to 183 people. We had a really great open rate of 44%. I usually say with emails and drip campaigns in particular, if you're over 20% with your open, you're in an okay area. 30%, you're pretty good. If you drop below, say 15%, you're not really getting a good open rate, that's time to reconsider what you're sending out, time to kind of reevaluate the content that you're providing, and maybe the frequency of which you are providing that information. So you can see here, it gives you the open rate, the click rate, and then you can scroll down to see not only what date and time, but who it was who had opened that email. So it gives you a really good idea. So maybe you want to do some follow-up calls. Maybe a couple of people didn't open it. You want to give them a call and remind them that you sent them that email. That's how you can go through and do that follow-up for the emails. So this is just for your kind of one-off emails. There's a little bit different, more data that you get when you put someone onto an email drip campaign. There are, like I said, though, there are a lot of different templates for you to use in the Marketing Center. It doesn't have to be for listing specific. So if you wanted to send something fun out, or if you wanted to talk about, say, Real Vitalize or the St. Jude's program, just use the keyword and search for that, and it'll give you all of the different great templates that we have that include Real Vitalize. Most of these that you're seeing with the listings on them just have kind of a banner with Real Vitalize in it and information on it. But there are some emails here with a little more in-depth information on Real Vitalize and what that program is. So that's a good one to get out to your potential sellers as well. So I'm going to pause for a moment. Any questions on how to kind of edit, add video, schedule out? You can send it, of course, immediately. You just hit that send button that was on there. You can add groups, individual contacts, really kind of have some great options and capabilities with the InTouch Marketing Center. Okay, Well, like I said, it's going to be a quick class, so let's pop over to our email drip campaigns. So from the Marketing Center, if you go into our campaign templates, you're going to see, and of course, again, I'm in as a manager, and I apologize if you're going to see some stuff here that you may not have access to, but some of the most popular campaigns are going to be, two of the most popular campaigns are going to be the seasonal holiday email campaign. And you can see that here. So that's one that a lot of agents like to send to their friends and family and everybody in their sphere. And the full campaign for the entire year includes 22 emails. Of course, I think we only have about 4 left in this calendar year, and this is the campaign that does archive after the end of the year. So it's not going to continue on into 2022. So if you're setting your clients up on this campaign, you do want to just remember that in 2022, in the beginning of the year, you want to pop in here and sign everybody up for the 2022 seasonal campaign. But let's pop into this one as an example. So this is a date campaign, which means you set specific dates for the emails to be delivered. And if you wanted to make changes to any of the prerequisites that they've got in here, you can do so. You just click in and choose a new date. One of the ones that I've encouraged agents to change is the one for Thanksgiving. I think everybody is off to the races when it gets to Thanksgiving, and so sending it out just a little bit early on the 24th is a nice gesture. So while people are still potentially in front of their emails. The other one I like to change is the happy holidays. So of course, this is only a week before we send out the happy holidays here. December 1st is great. I'm looking forward to hearing some Christmas music, but I like to push it to just a little bit out. And I put it on that Friday that's right before most of the kiddos are taking off for their winter vacation. And then of course you got Happy New Year. The other thing that I encourage agents to do is just give it a personalized subject line. The whole thought behind this is to make it real easy for you to not spend a ton of time on it. So personalizing just the email subject line is very easy. It could be something like Happy Veterans Day from Brittany Carruthers. But if you do have something specific you want to talk to, if you have a personalization that you want to make to the actual email, you can pop into personalize. And same process as we had in the individual marketing for the emails that we've got, you can pop in here, you can add that video, you can add an image, you can link maybe your website or something neat that you wanted to, all within the email here. And then you just hit save and exit out, and it'll be included in the updates. And then if you make any personalizations or change any of the dates, make sure you hit that save and continue before you move on to the next step. Also, and not really that big of a deal, but I think I should just say, if you wanted to personalize the name of this campaign, you can do so. You can change it to whatever you want. So I kind of glossed over that first step, but make sure again, before you move on, save and continue. Now the fun part, back to adding and removing contacts. It's going to pull all of your contacts in. You can add them by group, or here at the top, you'll see you can go to individuals. Once you add them, they'll be on that other side. If you kind of made a mistake, maybe you can remove those and put them back to the other side. Save those changes, and then you can move on to the review and activate. Now, this first line here, once a contact completes this campaign, automatically add them to. All right. So what does that mean? Because this campaign does end at the end of 2021, you can automatically take those same people that were receiving this email and put them into the newsletter or any of the other great templates that we have for the email drip campaigns. You can also choose none. And so if you wanted to not have them automatically added onto something else, you do have pretty good amount of time, all of January, to add them to the 2022 campaign. You want to review that you knew and that these you agree that all the recipients of your email have relinquish their information to you. Again, if you'd like to showcase any properties on the emails, and then activate the campaign to get it started. If you want to work on this for a little while, though, you do have it. You have the ability to save campaigns. So maybe you didn't get through all of the personalization that you'd want to. You can hit save campaign, and it'll just save that for you in your saved designs for when you pop back in the next time. So I'm going to go back over to our marketing center here. And like I said, there's two pretty popular campaigns that agents use. It's the holiday campaign, and then of course our monthly newsletter. Now you're not going to be able to access the monthly newsletter through the campaign templates here. It's actually going to be housed in a separate spot because it's always a live campaign. Doesn't mean it's going out to your contacts, but it's always a live campaign. You have to add contacts to it for it to be going out to anybody. So where you're going to find that is in the marketing section up here, and then go to manage campaigns. And so because it's already on all live drip campaign, you'll see it here. It's always going to say active, but it won't really be active unless you add clients to it. Now, to make any edits or personalizations to it, you can pop in. It's going to show you all the ones that have run in the past. This is the one we'd be able to personalize, and unfortunately, it's not available to us just yet to personalize, but it's the same process. You just pop into personalize. You can add whatever you'd like. Again, make sure you save and continue. And then if you wanted to add or remove those contacts, you can do so here. Same process as what we saw with the other, just finding it in a different spot here on InTouch. So that, and you can, and then we'll go back here to the manage campaigns, because like I said, there is a way to see just individual emails you've sent out and their stats. But there is also a really great performance evaluation here in your campaigns. So back to having a successful campaign, really anything 20-25+% open rate is a good campaign. You want to pop in and check this out every about quarter. If you've got your clients set up on, like, well, let's go into the monthly newsletter for Miss Kathy here. So she's got 117 contacts actively on the monthly newsletter. And it's going to show you how many were sent, your open rate, and your click-through rate. So she's got a really great open rate here in the beginning of this campaign. So this is back in 2016. But if we scroll down, you'll notice there's a trend happening here where the open rate is kind of down even into the 19s here. So if this kept continuing and we kept dropping below 20%, I would suggest it's time to toggle that off for a little while, maybe switch them over to the holiday from the newsletter. The other thing is we really want to be providing quality, not quantity. So as you go through and discover the different campaigns that are available for you to set your clients up on and your spheres up on, keep in mind that quality over quantity. You want to not be bombarding their inbox with an email from you every day. I would even say every week is too much. Maybe 2 to 3 touches per month is a nice way. Think of your monthly newsletters as a way to let everyone you know and all of your past clients know that you are still active in real estate, that you're always available for them. It's a way to keep you top of mind so that they don't go to another agent when they do need help. I'm sure a lot of you have heard, and probably most of you who have heard me or met with me, you know, the NAR did a survey of first-time home buyers and asked them how many of them were happy with and would use their real estate agent again. And it was like 80-something% said, yes, we liked our agent, we want to use them again. Then they did a survey of second, third time home buyers, home sellers, and asked how many of them used the same agent they used for their first transaction. And it was a staggering 11% that used their agent time from the first time and to the second and third. And that is really on and shows the effectiveness of being and staying in continuous contact with your sphere and your past clients. Don't lose out on all that hard effort you put in on that first go around. You want to make sure you keep your clients for life. And that's why we call our Clients for Life program that. Of course, that's housed in Prospect Square. And if any of you need help getting your clients in there and getting them set up on that drip campaign, please don't hesitate to reach out. But obviously, adding in a monthly newsletter or real soft, a happy Halloween email each month is a really great way to stay top of mind. Now you can create your own drip campaigns. What you want to do, the process is you want to go in and create and save a couple of different emails, individual emails. And then from your marketing center, you go into your campaign templates here. And at the bottom, you can create a custom campaign. Now, there's an interval campaign and there's a date campaign. The interval campaign is you set the duration between drops. Date campaign is you set the actual date it's going to go out. So for instance, an interval campaign would say the first email goes out when the contact is added to it. 7 days later, they receive another one, and then it pushes out to 15, and then maybe 30 from that point on. So you can have that different interval, and then you also have the ability to do the date campaign. Just click into that. Same 4 steps here. You're going to give it its own name. You're going to configure the steps, so you just add those steps in. And what I will also bring up here is you have activity steps and email steps. Now, email steps are the emails you send to them and you set it and kind of forget it. The activity steps, though, actually adds in a reminder to you for you to do something. So if, say, you wanted to send an email out today, but in 7 days, I want a reminder to call these individuals, I can go in and I can add those steps. So you just hit add step. First one, what step would we like to add? We want to add an email. We can go into our design library here, and when you have already created the email templates, you just go into your saved designs and find which email you'd like to add. So maybe we'll put the Proposition 16 in there, or excuse me, Proposition 19 email in there. Okay, and so this is 7 days after the contact is added to the campaign. So maybe we want this to be, 1 day after the contact is added. Put in your email subject line, save and continue. And then I want my next step to be giving them a call. So I'm going to put that activity in there, add step, and then we're going to say call to discuss email. And save and continue. And what that'll do is it'll include it in your daily to-dos that you receive from Market Leader. If you're not receiving those daily to-dos, you need to pop into your account and go to your settings and find where you can check mark that you want to receive that daily to-do. Again, add or remove contacts, review, and activate, and you've got your own campaign you've got set up, and you can do as many steps as you'd like. So if for 2022, you want to roll out your own drip campaign for the year, you can configure those different steps and set it up, and then you can kind of set it and forget it. InTouch will send you any reminders for you to call the clients or to text or reach out to them. And otherwise, it'll send out that email to them. What's nice is once you've set up the template for your particular drip campaign, you can check your analytics every couple of months and make sure that it's working and see which of the emails, the content actually really did hit home and got a good open rate. Okay, so that is pretty much the marketing overview for InTouch. I'm going to open it up to any questions if anybody has any out there or would like me to review something that we've gone over today. It's a quiet bunch. It must be because it's kind of rainy and cloudy and kind of cool. Okay, well, thank you very much, everyone, for your time. I will, of course, send out a recap that will include this recording and some good tips and tricks and tools for you. If you have any questions or run into any issues at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Brittany.
Absolutely.
Thank
Thank you.